Hello everyone and welcome back to Bitch Time. I know it's been a while since there's been an episode or whatnot, but I don't know if this is a podcast anymore because who really gives a shit about a podcast that's just me? I think this will now become just like a special thing, where when I have something to say and I have a good idea of a topic to discuss, I'll come down here and I'll just hash it out by myself in my bedroom. Take a more laid back approach. Just do it in bed. But with that being said, so I don't know if this is going to be a podcast anymore. Just whatever the fuck this is, me coming in and talking. 'Cause I got something to say today. And it's been inspired by the recent events of the world. What's been going on recently? Terrorist attacks, wildfires. I don't know, but those two things alone make it seem like the world's ending. I don't know if scary drones flying around in the sky that are gonna murder us all. I don't know. Maybe it's Hezbollah coming to the United States. I wouldn't want that. I have a Hezbollah flag, though, so I'm safe if they do. So I understand that the world is looking very, very uncertain, more and more so day by day. And that can be a very scary and frightening prospect to a lot of people. And also, I've been recently obsessed with Anthony Bourdain. I read his book, Kitchen Confidential, recently, and I've been going back and watching all of his shows, all of his television programs, which are very good. I highly recommend. But he famously killed himself, and it got me thinking, the way things are going, maybe other people want to kill themselves. And since my content hasn't been picking up, I think I need to model myself after other content creators. I've recently been seeing a lot from this channel called The Makeshift Project. And The Makeshift Project is this podcast where these two retarded guys, charming, nice guys seemingly, but retarded, they just do top 5 lists with each other. They're just like, the top 5 biggest cities in the world. And then they're like, Minneapolis. And they're like, no, Minneapolis is not one of the 5 biggest cities in the world. It's not even one of the 5 biggest in the United States. So why would you guess the 5 biggest in the world? And then they're like, I don't know, fucking Sydney, Australia. They think one of the 3 cities they know outside of the United States might be it. But needless to say, obviously I'm not an intelligent guy by any means, but I'm intelligent enough to be able to know the difference between England and Scotland, which these guys don't. But that being said, maybe I need to start doing like top 5 lists, doing stuff like that. So again, tying all of this together, my obsession with Anthony Bourdain, the uncertainty of the world, and being bombarded with YouTube shorts from the Makeshift Project, I've decided to come to you today with the top 5 places to kill yourself. Let's get into it. First of all, I have an honorable mention. Before we get in, because this isn't really a place, but honorable mention, best place or way to kill yourself. Again, it's not really a place, but just being Aubrey Plaza's husband. Because I could imagine that would be fun for a while. If you're a guy with mommy issues, you might be extremely attracted to a girl like Aubrey Plaza, but you realize that marrying her doesn't fix your mommy issues and actually perpetuates them because, I don't know, Aubrey Plaza is just the typical fucking heartless, cold bitch. I don't know if she actually... this is really mean to say after her husband just herself, but, I mean, that's the vibe she gives off, is that she's a heartless, cold bitch, right? that doesn't bode well for people trying to, find that missing piece of their soul that their mother left them. So, yeah, before, just nice little honorable mention, being Aubrey Plaza's husband. But now getting into the nuts and bolts of the list. Top 5. Because if you are going to yourself, don't do it in your bathtub. Don't do it in your bedroom. Do it publicly. Okay, I forgot to mention that. These are the top 5 places to publicly yourself. Because if you're going to do it, might as well do it right. And, give some people a show. Give some people a story to tell for the rest of their lives. So number 5, casino. Need I say less? You make a big show. You take out your life savings. Because going to the casino to kill yourself with that predetermined notion that I'm going here to kill myself. I might as well take out all of my money. I might as well gamble all of it. Now, there's a chance that you could actually win a ton of money and now not want to kill yourself, but you will likely lose all of your money. And when you lose all your money, you have a nervous breakdown. And then you whip out the gun and you just kill yourself right in front of the white Pharaoh slot machine. Now, you might have to get a little creative with this because the casinos that I've been to, they make you go through a metal detector. So I don't think you're able to just bring a gun. So if you're at like a place like the Potawatomi Casino in Milwaukee, or maybe it's weird. Anyone who's been to the Potawatomi Casino, I would describe that as like an upscale casino, which is weird because the clientele is not upscale. But it's a nice casino for what casinos are, I spent considerable time in New Mexico, and when you're driving through rural New Mexico, it's very common to see like these roadside casinos attached to gas stations. It's just like a little, like maybe 1,500 square foot room just full of slot machines and video poker and video blackjack. In those places, you can probably bring a gun. You could probably bring a gun into those places. But the other ones, the Potawatomi, the more Vegas-style casinos, those Midwestern Vegas-style casinos, you probably have to get, just hang yourself in the bathroom. Those are your 2 options. Blow your head off with a gun or hang yourself in the bathroom. Because maybe I should have researched ways to kill yourself. Maybe you could just bring in a fuck ton of fentanyl and just pop it all. Just die of an overdose. Just seize on that floor that honestly makes you have a seizure with or without fentanyl just from looking at it for too long. Which I hear, they say, why do casinos have those carpets? I don't know. Is it to appease the Asians? Because Asians love those carpets apparently and are big gamblers. Or is it to disguise vomit? Who knows? Maybe they kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. I don't know. So yeah. Number 5, best place to kill yourself publicly, casino. Number 4, the number 4 best place to kill yourself is the bathroom at a Billie Eilish concert. Now, I kind of like Billie Eilish's music, and I hear she puts on a good show. So either it would be a good place to, spend your last moments enjoying a good show, or if you don't like Billie Eilish, you can be like, well, this music sucks so much, now I really want to fucking myself. Depends. I don't know, but that would just be fun, And you got to hang yourself specifically in the women's bathroom. Because if you hang yourself in the men's bathroom, there's just the only person that's going to find you is just the father of some 13-year-old girl. Who's probably already, her daughter's a massive Billie Eilish fan. She was always, that father was already kind of expecting to find a corpse hanging from a belt He's probably more expecting it to be his own daughter, the Billie Eilish fan. But it's no. You want the 13-year-old girl to find your dead body. You know. I don't know. It's like, hey, you think you're dark and twisted because you like Billie Eilish? No, well, let's put that to the test. Let's see how well you react to seeing this fucking body just hanging there. Because again, you can't bring a gun into a Billie Eilish concert. So yeah, number 4 best place to kill yourself. Number 3. The number 3 best place to kill yourself is in front of your least favorite high school teacher. Suppose you can do kind of a Jeremy style, like that Pearl Jam song about the kid that shot himself in front of his class. Yeah, I don't know. I would just. I don't. I don't really. I never had a high school teacher that I would think of. I'm thinking of my 7th grade teacher, Mrs. Riggs. Mrs. Riggs, if I had to kill myself in front of any of my former teachers, it would be Mrs. Riggs, my 7th grade social studies teacher. Because in 7th grade, I kind of made a habit of skipping school a little bit. However, I wouldn't skip school in the traditional sense where you would leave school and go do fun stuff. What I would do to skip school was stay in the bathroom. I would hang out in the bathroom. Oh, hey, kitty. I would hang out in the bathroom for the entirety of the time of the class period. And this was 10 years. I don't know if what is it? I don't know if middle schools have Wi-Fi now, have free Wi-Fi for everyone. But in my time, they didn't. And I didn't have a smartphone yet. So I had my iPod Touch that I had the Beavis and Butthead movie downloaded onto. I had purchased that, and I had the first 2 episodes of the This is something that a lot of people probably didn't even know existed, but there was a Napoleon Dynamite TV series, animated TV series that came out in like 2012. And they had the first 2 episodes available for you to download for free off of the iTunes store. So I did that. So what I would do is I would hang out in the bathroom all day. Not all day, but for the entire period. And I would just watch either the half of the Beavis and Butthead movie or these 2 episodes of the Napoleon Dynamite animated TV series, which was dog shit, by the way. Fucking terrible. There's a reason no one remembers that. So yeah, but in hindsight, it's like I should have just gone to class, because that doesn't sound fun. Hanging out in a bathroom stall watching the Napoleon Dynamite animated series. That sounds like the reason why you'd want to kill yourself. However, when I did get caught finally, it was because I was skipping Mrs. Riggs' class, and that was one of my favorite classes to skip because she was a bitch. And yeah, I don't know. Just an old bitch. What can I say? I don't remember any other more vivid descriptive factors of her other than she was an old bitch. And so I got caught during her class, and I came back to her class, and she came up to me and demanded that I write her an apology letter for skipping her class. Which, in all fairness, like, you're fucking weak. You're a pussy. If you get so offended that a 13-year-old skipped your class that you think you're entitled to a fucking apology letter. I was like, you should. That was not third grade. When I was 13. When I was 13 years old, and she came up to me, she's like, I will be expecting an apology letter. Which, by the way, I just blew that off. I was like, yeah, sure. I never fucking wrote it. She never followed up on that shit. Whatever. Yeah, fuck you, Mrs. Riggs. So, yeah, but I was like, in my mind, I was just thinking, I said, you know what? You should write me a fucking letter for making your class so miserable and so horrible that I would rather sit in the stall of a bathroom, of a middle school bathroom, and watch the same 2 episodes of the Napoleon Dynamite animated series than go to your class that I did have friends in. I did have friends that I would fuck around with in, okay? So needless to say, yeah. Number 3 best place to yourself is in front of your least favorite teacher, and that was Mrs. Riggs from Highland Middle School, Libertyville, Illinois. And so number 2 best place to yourself is in the hood, specifically somewhere in the hood, well populated with a lot of people out and about. Obviously, you want people to see it. And I don't know. It's like I feel like, because you're in the hood, especially like I live here in Milwaukee. You know, people don't know Milwaukee's a pretty dangerous town. The hoods here, they get active, has a higher murder rate and a higher violent crime rate per capita than Chicago. So they're probably desensitized to seeing people die via gun. So you wouldn't be really traumatizing them as much as some suburban pussies, which now that I say it out loud, it kind of would be more fun to actually blow your head off in like say the Gold Coast in Chicago, like right outside of Equinox with a bunch of fucking gold digging ladies walking out of their Pilates class. They probably they definitely deserve to see it more for sure. However, if I'm going to kill myself, I might as well at least gain some sort of respect from the black community that I've always yearned for. Because, you know, they'll see that and be like, damn, he went out in fucking style. White dude came to the hood, said, hey everyone, check this shit out, and fucking ate a bullet. Respect, you know? That would be nice. Maybe they would put up a memorial for me in the hood. Probably not. But maybe. That would be nice. And so yeah. Number 2 best place to yourself, in the hood around lots of people. And now finally, maybe I should have done the honorable mentions before revealing the number 1, because that's what WatchMojo.com does. But no, let's say the number 1 best place to kill yourself, in my opinion, would be in a movie theater during the most recent Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie. Whatever the newest Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie that comes out, go to the fucking theater, and as soon as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson comes on screen, you're like, hey, fuck yeah, I love The Rock. You're the fucking man, Rock. And then as soon as people are like, hey, pipe down. Sit down in front, do that shit. Then you're like, what the fuck did you... Yo, man, I just love The Rock so fucking much. I love The Rock. You want to see how much I love the fucking Rock? And then you pull out a sawed-off shotgun, you put it in your mouth, and... Not to mention, I think The Rock deserves that on his conscience. To know that a man in a state of deliriousness, that was in a state of delusion, I don't know. A delirious man who was obsessed with The Rock, who was seemingly obsessed with The Rock, according to his final words, was then blew his brains out with a sawed-off shotgun in the theater of his most recent movie. That would be sick. That would be cool. He would be all sullen and just be like, this is it's an unspeakable tragedy. By the way, I'm going to go get In-N-Out Burger for the first time, for the fucking 4th time. Yeah, see, that's why I'd want to do it in a Rock movie. Just because fuck that guy. Like, he's just so weird. He's so inhuman. If you don't know what I'm talking about, apparently The Rock, on 3 separate occasions, has posted a picture of him at a drive-thru of an In-N-Out burger being like, "It's my first time having an In-N-Out burger." It's like, what about 3 years ago when you posted this exact same thing? He's like, "Oops, guess I forgot." I don't know. So, yeah. But, yeah, when I first found out about that story, shout out Moist Critical from his video about it. Yeah, I was like, if I ever kill myself, it's going to be during one of his movies. Okay? And I'm contrary to what you think, I'm not going to kill myself because I don't know if she's in frame right now, but you saw her running around. I got this little kitty now. And someone's got to take care of her. And even before I got her, I didn't want to kill myself. But it's always fun to think of the places where you could do it. Place where you would make, pun intended, the most bang with your suicide. And again, I think the theater during the newest Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie would be the best. Also, because you're doing it in front of like the most retarded people ever. People who are excited. Do it on like the Thursday night midnight show. For fucking Black Adam 2. All the retards who came out for that shit. Blow your brains out in front of them. And so yeah, thanks for watching Bitch Time, and this was Bitch Time's top 5 places to yourself.